Hello, Wave Country. I'm John Ramsey, and we are WAVE3 Listens Live. This is a very special edition of WAVE3 Listens Live as we get into the swing here at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. This is a brand new location. It's only been open here for 2 weeks. Lots to talk about, lots to celebrate. With me now is Renee Sagasar, and she is the CEO here at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Renee, thanks for having us out.
Thank you guys for coming. We're excited.
I am excited. This is a cool place. I mean, check out the village.
Yes.
There's a lot of kids here having a good time, learning as well, and there's a positive vibe here at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. So, I know this is a new location, but
Yes.
you're celebrating 10 years?
10 years this month, yes.
So tell me about your a little history here, your old location.
Yeah, we started 10 years ago in Shelbyville, which is actually why you will see Shelbyville on the marketplace, because that's where we got started. But 10 years ago this month, we've been able to help kids change their lives. So earlier we were across of Blake and Baker at our old Louisville office, but we needed more space, so we were able to upgrade here, and we got in here and had our grand opening 2 weeks ago. So I'm glad that you got to finally come out here, because normally we come to you, and so now you get to see where everything is done. So.
Yeah, you know, I've always been impressed. We always feature a patient of the month, and we'll do that later on in the show. But Associates in Pediatric Therapy, it's all about children, education, being the best they can be. We all want our children to fulfill their potential, and that's really the mission here. In fact, if you would, Renee, tell us a little bit about what you do, the services that you offer.
Yep. So we offer a variety of services. You know, speech therapy, of course. I'm a speech therapist, and that's how it all started. But then we also offer physical therapy. So kids who need help learning how to walk, run, you know, some of the things. Also, we see kids with like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, maybe some muscle weakness. And then we also work with occupational therapists. So just that every day, like learning how to tie their shoe or handwriting, things like that. We also have an audiologist on staff, so they do the hearing, offer free screenings for that. And then we have behavioral health, which is a big thing right now. A lot of kids need that ABA therapy, so we offer that service as well. And then we have a learning center, so that's where teachers come in after school. And so kids who need tutoring, we also offer that on site. So not just therapy now, you know, we're offering tutoring as well. So we see a lot of kids who maybe receive therapy that need just a little extra help from a teacher, and so they can come here and get that service too.
You know, whenever I meet your parents, when I meet the patient of the month, and it's always an honor, and I meet the parents, they say initially it's overwhelming because their child is diagnosed with some type of disorder or a challenge that they have, and they just don't know where to turn. And that's where you guys come in, and that not only do you offer all the services that you just spoke of here, but you're also well connected and you network. Tell me a little bit, Renee, about the people that you really partner with.
Definitely. So we've been blessed over the years. APT started with in Shelbyville because there wasn't actually a pediatric place out in Shelby County. And so we really saw the need out there. And when it started, then people from Louisville came out to Shelbyville, and Lexington came out to Shelbyville. So we noticed that maybe there was other areas that were also needing our services. So then we came over to Louisville so that they didn't have to drive as far. And then what we found is there was other facilities such as like Down syndrome or Louisville that we could benefit and help them with, you know, to help their children, as well as like some of our other centers, Bluegrass Center for Autism, we work with them, and then Carriage House, and then we work with Kids Club, and that is a pediatric daycare for kids with special needs. And so we've been very blessed to work, you know, not only are we in the East End, we're also in the West End. They have, you know, locations there, and Dixie Highway, and then Carriage House and Sproutlings, the Masonic Home, we partner there. So our therapists are all over the place, and maybe even at a private school, St. Michael, St. Francis, those are some of the schools we partner with. So we're sort of everywhere, but then we're also in Oldham County. So at the All About Kids, we have a center there, so kids can come there and feel like they're having fun, not just going, you know, we want kids to enjoy coming to therapy, not feeling like they're at a hospital. And so at All About Kids in Oldham County, they feel like they're going to a sports center and they get to jump and have, you know, fun. And then also Bullitt County. So I don't know if I named them all. Indiana too. So.
But you know, that's what I noticed about this particular location. I can see why that you have the type of facility that you have here, as far as the village, the play areas. Tell me about some of the spaces here and why that's important to the kids, because I agree. If it feels like a library, then kids are less apt to pay attention. They're less apt to look forward to coming here. And I can tell the children here love it here.
Definitely. Well, it's all about the motivation. So you have to motivate kids to want to do, you know, to eat their vegetables skills or to learn how to walk. You know, kids have to be motivated just as adults. We have to be motivated if we're on a diet. There's got to be that, you know, reason we're dieting, that positive outcome. So for us, you know, here we wanted to really show them what it was about and have to have fun. So maybe they do work in a classroom for a little while, and then if they do really good in therapy, they get to come out and, you know, get to go down the fire pole at the firehouse or get to go into the marketplace. But this concept sort of started around our physical therapists. When we were building it, they said, hey, we need a slide and some stairs in this area. And so the whole concept sort of came out of that, and we've just had a lot of fun with it. The swings, you know, you feel like you're swinging in the trees, and the therapists have had a lot of fun with helping to design it and decorate it and make it exactly what they want.
You see, that's perfect. I think the fact is that you are a speech pathologist, you know the environment, you know the challenges to keep a kid's focus, and that's regardless of the challenge.
That's right.
I was there. It's tough.
That's right.
So if you can create an environment where they feel more engaged,
that's right,
then they're more likely to learn. It makes perfect sense.
Definitely.
Now, you mentioned all your locations, Renee. For those who maybe weren't able to jot down, maybe they live on the outskirts of Louisville and they're looking for an option like yours. Is it easiest to go to your website?
I would say definitely start with our website. You know, we also say go to your pediatrician. A lot of them definitely can give you our resources to send us, you know, depending on what is the most convenient location for them. But our website, and then you can just type in your location and zip code, and it pulls up different locations based on where you live and what's the closest. So that would probably be the easiest.
So 10 years, you talked about your involvement. This facility has been open now for 2 weeks since the grand opening. Is this the involvement and what exists now with Associates in Pediatric Therapy? Is this what you envisioned, Renee?
Well, it's definitely much more than I ever envisioned. It's a God thing. You know, it sort of started out as just there was a need and for speech therapy, and from that patient needed OT and PT, and I've just always sort of said, you know, God, if this is what you want for me, then He makes it happen. And so His vision is definitely 10 times bigger than my vision. So if you had asked me 10 years ago if this would be possible, I would have probably said no, but He has a bigger plan for all of us.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, because you're doing God's work. Whenever I'm with you and your staff, you can tell they're not in it just because, don't get me wrong, it's a profession and we all have bills to pay. With that being said, they love their work, and I think the parents and your students here, they benefit from that.
That's right. That's right. We're all a big team and a big family, and so we've just been blessed by having amazing staff and amazing therapists and amazing families who want the best for their child. And that's really what it is. These parents, they come to us, and our therapists, you know, are able to help them, and they see that, and then they're able to take that home and work on it. So we can't take all the credit. We have amazing families who come here and do a lot of work to get their child where they need to be.
All right, now for folks who might want to tour the facility, Blankenbaker, Commonwealth Drive, just grab that left there. If they'd like to do that, is that possible? Should they make an appointment?
Well, yes, they can definitely call us. We offer free screenings here, so they can come and have their child screened and also get a tour. But if they just want to come and see the building, we'd love to have them and show them around. So. All
right, coming up here, we're going to talk to the patient of the month, who is William. So tell me a little bit about William. Let's a little tease here about our patient of the month.
Well, William is very special to me just because he's one of our oldest Louisville patients. So he started with us when Louisville was only at one little center at All About Kids over here off of Blankenbaker, before we even had our own building. And so he's just made a tremendous amount of progress, and I can't wait for you to meet his mom and William and see all the love and support that they give.
All right. I look forward to meeting them. Again, we're coming to you live from Associates in Pediatric Therapy. You'll meet the patient of the month, William. He's up next. And again, take a look around. There's so much eye candy here. Keep the kids stimulated. It's nice for mom and dad as well, and the staff here at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. We shall return after these. That's the camera. Welcome back. Wave 3 Listens Live. We're coming to you live from Associates in Pediatric Therapy, located on Commonwealth Drive. This handsome individual to my right is William, and he is the patient of the month. I'm very excited to meet him because this is someone who is achieving at a very high level. His parents, both Wally and Evelyn, are very proud of that, as they should be. All right, before we meet William, real quickly, let's find out some people who are kind of the team behind William. Team William here. Okay, I've got Angela Baker. Hi, Angela. Hi. You're a speech therapist, correct?
Yep.
And Sarah Lynch, another speech therapist, right? Let me see. Adria Betts, physical therapist over here. Hi, Adria.
Hi. Hi.
And Meredith?
Yes.
You're the OT, right?
Yes, sir.
Occupational therapist. Wow. See, this is what it's all about, making William the best he can be. Okay, before we meet the official star of the show, I'm just curious, why two speech therapists? Is it maybe a different approach from both of you?
Actually, William gets speech therapy twice a week. It's partially scheduling and partially Sarah's able to see William with Meredith for occupational therapy. They do a co-treat. So they do speech and occupational therapy together so that he can benefit from both. They can kind of collaborate and work on goals
See,
together.
I think it's great. I think it's great that we have this large team because everybody is. William, congratulations! You're the patient of the month. Evelyn,
Yes.
Wally, if you would please tell me a little bit about William and his progress here.
Well, William was diagnosed in 2002 as having autism spectrum disorder, and he never quite developed speech. And so we really needed to find a way for him to communicate with us. And through just the course of time, we knew that an augmentative communication device was key for him. And so we needed a good team to help out with him to navigate communication with this device. And so William now is able to answer questions and just express his wants and needs with this device. And we have this wonderful team here that just helps him all across the board. OT helps him with his daily living skills. Meredith has been key with that and keeping things fresh and helping him learn how to zipper and button and just writing and those kinds of skills. And Angela and Sarah help him twice weekly with his speech, with his communication device. And
So you must be very proud of him.
oh my gosh, of course.
I love that.
Of course.
Of course, of course. How about you, Dad? Come on, Wally. Are you proud of your son?
Oh, absolutely. Obviously, at first when you discover these things, there's an adjustment period. But once you discover why God went ahead and put this beautiful soul with you, then you take the responsibility to heart. You get to work, and he is just the apple of my eye. I'm so proud of him. I really am.
Yep.
And we're so blessed to
I'm
have
proud of him as well. To be patient of the month is a big honor here at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Adria, if you would, as physical therapist, are you and I'm assuming Meredith, are you kind of a team with helping him communicate on the device?
I do a little bit with that, yes. But it's kind of funny. Sometimes I'll let him use that to ask me some, or whenever I do let him have some free time, he'll say, I want YouTube, please. And he's really great with that. Or if we're going up and down the steps, if we're doing the swing, he's really good at using that, especially in my sessions as well.
Okay, let's talk about some progress here. So, Angela, if you would, what kind of progress have you seen since you've been the speech therapist for William?
I have actually been working with William for the shortest amount of time. We've been working together since August. But he's really, I've seen a lot more motivation to use his device with me. That's one of our goals, is for him to go to that first. And he's really started to use it on his own without needing a lot of prompting. And also, we're working a lot on his social skills. And my favorite is now he likes to ask me, what's up? And so that's one new thing that he's doing that I just love.
So, Sarah, you tell me about your relationship with him and the improvement that you see in William as well.
Right, yeah. So I've been working with William. He was actually one of my first patients when I started at APT about a year ago. I've always co-treated with Meredith, and it's just always a fun session. We're still working on those same skills. When we're using his device, we try to be very mindful to refer to it as his voice, because that is what it is. It's how he communicates.
Yes.
And so we work on using his voice to answer questions, especially those social questions, so that he can engage with peers at school and things like that. In the community and the different outings that they do, Mom and Dad are great about taking him out. And like last night, he went to a concert. So out
The social
dancing
butterfly,
all
William. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. And so the progress, I think, just the thing I've seen the most is that personal page.
Sure.
Being able to say, William, what's your name? How old are you? When's your birthday? And so he is just really starting to master navigating that page very well to be able to have some interaction. And we're also kind of working now toward being able to then turn around and ask those questions of peers and things like that as well.
So Meredith, as an occupational therapist, what are your goals with William at this point?
Yes, exactly. So we work on life skills. Those those very functional daily activities. So William being able to get dressed in the morning, complete clothing fasteners. That's one thing Miss Evelyn mentioned. Now William can zip up his own jacket on his own, does amazing with that. Sequencing daily self-care tasks like brushing his teeth, remembering all the steps to that. And William loves to help Miss Evelyn out in the kitchen. They really have wonderful times together. So
can you teach my son that, please?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so helpful. And so we're always working on that upper body strengthening, the hand strength and coordination, so that he can be successful with those things too. So, I mean, he's a big help. He's a fun guy, super sweet. So it's just been a pleasure to work with him over the years. It really has.
So what are some of the fun things that William likes to do? Can he tell us? William, can you tell us a little bit about what you enjoy, William? You're the star here.
Oh, here we go. William, what's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV shows are live concerts.
Concerts. Okay.
Yeah.
So you love music.
That's it.
What's your favorite meal to cook, William? What do you like to cook? Or what do you like to cook?
What do you like to eat? He likes to make there. What is it?
Lemon cookie.
You're my guy. I'm telling you what, that smile is contagious, William. I'm really sincerely so proud of you, and I don't even know you. And I know, I was saying that it's more than a job here at Associates for Pediatric Therapy, and I believe that. So you've developed somewhat of a friendship. I see you smiling ear to ear when you talk about William. So tell me about him as a person.
Oh, goodness. Like Sarah was saying, too, each therapy session is just so fun. He's always laughing. He'll ask for lemon cookies, which makes me smile, which makes him smile. And whenever we play ball, he really likes to, do all those fun, age-appropriate games that anybody else would love to do. And so it's just fun to see him grow here as, physically and but also just as a person too, so it is good.
William, you're this team. Do you like? These are good people, aren't they? Do you love your parents? They're fantastic as well. This is about you and celebrating you, but you got a lot of people who love and care for you here. So I mean, congratulations again on all. Dad, for you, I see you swelling up with pride a little bit there, and that's a good thing. So what do you enjoy doing with William when you guys get out and spend a little guy time together? What do y'all like to do?
Most of the time is we're going to the park and we're riding bicycles, and if not, just generally spending time with each other. Because really, that's the whole quality of it, is being able to just have those quiet moments and look at William, him look at you, and get that connection, and then you just realize this is a beautiful, beautiful. And not because he's just my son. He's a beautiful soul. He just really is a beautiful soul.
I can feel that. I feel that. Evelyn, if you would, please, before we go to break, I know at first I was reading a little bio in your story about William. It was a little overwhelming at first because as a parent you don't know where to go. So for those who maybe have the same kind of questions you had, what would you recommend?
Do your research. I mean, really, go out there and dig into the resources that are available in your community, and know that it's not a one therapy or whatever. It's a variety of different therapies and stuff, and not to be discouraged when one doesn't work and that kind of thing. Just keep advocating for your child. But the most thing is to embrace your child just with all their uniqueness and love them passionately, and find people that will help support you. We have a wonderful church that supports us, a church family, and we have grandparents and friends, and this wonderful team that's William's cheerleaders.
Here we go.
And so
Team William. You know what? If it were a game, he's winning. So it's a good thing. All right. Once again, Associates in Pediatric Therapy. This is the team that you'll meet if you come and visit Associates in Pediatric Therapy. We recommend that you do. They are well connected. Lots of caring parents like yourself. And we're going to throw it to break. So we'll be right back. More with Renee at Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Coming up on WAVE3 Listens, and we are live. Welcome back to Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Once again, it's Blankenbaker and then Commonwealth Drive. We just grab a left there if you're coming off 64, and then you'll see it there on the right. Brand new location. It was 2 weeks ago that they had their grand opening, and it is really cool. I talk a lot about positivity and a positive vibe and a caring atmosphere. That really exists here. What's the process like when you look to hire somebody? Obviously, you want a professional, someone who's qualified, but I think you take it a step further, don't you, Renee?
Definitely. Actually, we, I think a lot goes for your gut feeling. So usually we'll meet with the therapist before we hire them and get a good feel that way. But we also, like other companies, have some other things that we have in place. We use the PI, so that's something that we use to sort of look at their personalities and make sure they're going to align with our personalities. But the biggest thing is we have values at our company. And so when you come to interview with APT, we go over the values. We go over, give me an example of how you're loyal. Give me an example of how you show integrity. Give me an example of a time that you were on a team and this is something that you were in. So we really want to make sure that we're finding that person who's going to fit within our team, who has the same goals and the same values as what we have. And I think that is one of the most important things ever.
And Renee, because you're the face person here, really, you see a lot of parents who are probably initially, for lack of a better term, afraid, scared of the challenges. No one ever imagines this will happen to their child, some of these issues, and you have to talk with them and assure them, hey, it's going to get better.
Yep.
I bet you really see parents evolve as far as coming in here a little bit scared, apprehensive, to being, okay, this is the right place for my son or daughter.
That's right. I'm a mom, and 3 out of 4 of my kids have also had speech therapy. But I always go back to the parents and say, there's a reason for this, and we are going to help you get through this and show you strategies and strengths and help you. And I always sort of go back to, as a child, I don't know if you know, or maybe I've told you before, but I couldn't speak. And so I was in therapy from the time I was 3 until I was in 5th grade. Severe articulation, and sometimes I get super nervous talking to you like this. I'm afraid I'm going to stutter or spit or say something the wrong way.
I'll be the one doing that. It won't be you. You're doing great.
But as a child in therapy, I love telling parents that I've been there and I know what it feels like to be in therapy. I know what it feels like to be pulled out of class, and I think that it's one of those things that has grounded me to know that that we can all make improvements. It doesn't matter where we're at, and our mission is advancing the patient to their next level. We believe that every child can make progress at whatever level they're at, and make progress to the next level, whether that be they just learn how to stand up on their own, or maybe it's taking that first step, or for me being a speech therapist, maybe it's the first time they get to say to their mom, I love you. And so those are things that I look for every day, and I know that our therapists are the same. Like, we look for those small miracles and moments that we get to change lives.
You met some of the team here. We're talking about occupational therapists, speech therapists, physical therapists, but talking again about it going beyond that, the friendships that these children make, because sometimes there's, I guess, probably challenges that are similar to their own. Strength in numbers. This feels very inclusive here, I guess is what I'm saying.
Definitely. I think we're all a team, and we all want the best for that child, and we work with the family to find out what they want. So it's not just about what their goal is. Maybe from a therapy standpoint, maybe therapy says, okay, I need to learn how to walk, but maybe mom's goal is something totally different. Maybe it's that they want them to be able to, put on their pants by themselves so they can get ready. So we try to really take the family goal and take that goal and then incorporate that into therapy to make it a family-centered approach. So whatever the family's wanting, then our team can help them succeed at. So.
That makes perfect sense. Again, if you have any questions, we recommend you give them a call. You can go to the website. There's a lot of information there. But also give them a call, set up an appointment, take a look around. Again, screenings are absolutely free, correct?
Screenings are free, and that's not an evaluation. It's just a 15-minute look where we get to, talk to the parent about their concerns. If you do know that your child, most likely needs therapy, we always say go to the doctor first. The doctor would have to make that referral, and we just have amazing partners in the area to work with.
Back after these, Associates in Pediatric Therapy.